What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to the SBS podcast. I'm Coach Ryan. Talk about a lot of different things, but I focus on business. The last couple episodes, we've been talking about economic mobility, man, but today I have to take a shift. Had a whole segment prepared for you all, but I can't even put that down today because I got to talk to you all about what happened yesterday to me. First things first, shout out to my wife. That's my person that can tell me about myself. A woman of God who is growing so much, and she allowed God to really use her yesterday. And I want to be transparent with y'all. Until yesterday, I had been angry for so long. Angry at situations that I had caused in my life, angry at myself, angry at black people, angry at white people for the way both sides had treated me in certain points in my life. From childhood through adulthood in the corporate world. I've been angry, and I have been masking it with a smile and telling myself that I was the temperature gauge because I'm a man. Well, I still believe that I am the temperature gauge, but I had to check myself yesterday, and she helped me check myself. It's actually very important to even this discussion that I'm talking about with economic mobility, because truthfully, I think I had given up on my people. But now I realize that I can't, because we need each other. So angry. And it brought tears to my eyes, because to hear something about yourself where you thought you were doing a great job masking it, man, is a gut punch. But it was a necessary one, because I got to let down my guard in order to be effective and follow out and live out the purpose that God set for me. And I have a heart for people. I have a heart to change minds about things, but I had to change and have to continue to change first. So, who am I? Guys, I spent the last 10 plus years of my career as a corporate accountant, and I have seen a lot. Racial disparities in pay, regardless of education. I've been cheated out of money and fought causes for other people, and information had to be kept secret from me, putting people that I cared about in a position where they had to decide whether they were going to survive or care. And those things hurt. I've never lost a job because of my performance. I would assume it was because of my passion. And I had a vendetta with corporate for a very long time because I witnessed what greed looks like on so many levels and so many occasions. I've seen how there's an inner circle. And if you can't get in that inner circle, you are at any point in time a lot like you are at risk of losing it all. And it hurt. I watched so many people lose jobs, so many good people. But through my career, man, I've done all that an accountant can do, right? From staff accountant, I just recently was a director of accounting, and now I run a full-time consulting firm. And I'm trying to help people. And I want to meet you where you are. And I apologize for being angry because I've been leaving a lot of meat on the bone for years, and I'm tired of running from it. Know where to get your information, guys. This is what I actually was going to talk about, so I guess it kind of goes into it. People should know your story. People should know your story. And the truth doesn't need help. Story is what it is. Good or bad. How do people know where to get real information? As this brand age blinded some and frozen others, I don't know how to market myself. If I don't have a social media presence, I can't do this. That's not true. Hosea 4 is one of my favorite chapters in the Bible. It speaks about knowledge. It talks about the consequences of ignoring God's laws, even in being quick to anger. That's for me. It talks about the more priests there are, the more they sinned, how they feed on the sins of God's people. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do and he will establish your plans. This is an essential piece of advice. Note, without committing your plans, your sin can be fed upon by any influencer, any YouTuber, any kind of smile. It's easy because no one asks for evidence of the fruit that these people have produced. There's a shift taking place. Right now in my community, the funds don't circulate long, but they will soon enough, because we're going to learn how to do it the right way. And I'm going to try to help teach it. But why not as much now? Lack of trust amongst each other, but it's also the lack of resources that present themselves. It is so many great resources within communities that do not get tapped into. And it's not because people aren't looking for the help. It's because they don't know who you are, because we won't tell them. We refuse to share our story out of the fear of appearing to be cocky and persecution. Understand something. If they knew us, they no longer know us. I'm going to say it this way. If they knew you, they don't know you. Most of my clients have been screwed over time and time again. They used to be so easy to feed on, but not anymore, because we fixed that. I have evidence of my fruit. The truth be told, wisdom exists at every economic status, and it doesn't come with dollars. Risk tolerance is what we lack in relationship with God and people, in business and in our finances, because we refuse to seek knowledge, fruit producing knowledge. I take this moment to shout out a couple people that I listen to, like Myron Golden, John Hope Bryant, Inky Johnson, Chris Saint, and Wall Street Trapper. Whoever you are right now, confront yourself. Are you angry too? She told me yesterday that I didn't have to be angry anymore, and I believe her. It's time to take your rightful spot as one of the resources that you know you are. Time to get brave and get into the places that really need us. Jump off the porch. We got to stop wondering if we'll be accepted. Who cares? Some will see our value and others won't. It's the way of the world. Knowledge is the will, support and momentum are the effort. Two hamsters running in opposite directions will rock back and forth, or one will trip up the other. So stop dimming your light for someone else's comfort. The longer that we wait for our perfect pitch, the more God's people will continue to get fooled. Man, it's time to overthrow these false prophets in any venture. So much of the information that we get today is BS, and people can't see real from fake. But believe me, a handshake still matters. Warmth and competence are a balancing act. Both are needed in order to break through to people. And what I'm learning is now I have to meet people where they are, not make them come to me. So that gift that you know you have, what are you going to do with it? I guess what I'm trying to get at is, I apologize for hiding my talent. But now it's time to roll up our sleeves, because the truth doesn't need help. Tell people about how great you are in the most humble way you possibly can. But we have to tap into these markets where this economic mobility is stiff, and pull out the resources that are there. So many young kids right now are great with technology. So many people are excellent cleaners and phenomenal drivers, and just a genuinely good person. Those are the type of people that you want to help. And they're looking. But what we tend to do is we want to shrivel down because of fear of exposure of all of our issues and mistakes that we have. Forget it, man. Fam, this is vital. Hearing that I was angry hurt. But I know I got to confront everything about my life that could be harmful to the people that are listening to me. So I receive it. And I'm going to check myself. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Ryan at Strategics. I am very responsive in my DMs. Whatever question you have, hit me up. Let's talk about it. You don't have to do this alone, and everybody needs a team. But the best of the best teams are transparent and vulnerable. And I shared with you something uncomfortable today. But we got to focus on self while we choose other causes to focus on. And I owe that to God, my wife, my children, my friends and family, and even you, the listeners. You won't find too many podcasts like this. Please like, share, follow, turn on your notifications. I'll talk to y'all next time.
I'm feeling better than ever. Scratch that. Better than better. Only live once. Can't be me. I'm living forever. Turn up the bass. I stay out of trouble. I'm walking with God and stomp on the devil. I had to follow the plan when I did not understand. Now I just feel like the man. Watch how I'm doing my dance. Bigger than me with your brand. All that I need is a chance. I pray that we'll see promised land. I know that we can.